So I start off with this story here this morning. These scientists did this experiment with the dog. Or with the, I think it was one, let's just go with one dog. With the dog. And what they did was, the dog was here, and they put a nice big fresh piece of meat over there. And you guys can obviously tell what the dog did, right? He went, he ate the meat. Then what the scientists did was, they put a peg in the ground, they put a chain around the peg, they put a chain around the dog, and they put the meat in front of the dog. And as soon as the dog went, they did this intentionally, as soon as the dog went, the chain was too short for it to be able to reach the meat. So when it ran to the meat, it got tugged back, and it couldn't reach the meat. So it did what? They put the meat there again, the dog did what? It tried again, went again, got pulled back. Tried again, got pulled back. Went again, got pulled back. Great, this dog like analogy. Alright? Went again. By the 5th, 6th, 7th time, they put the meat there. Guess what the dog did? Just sat down and just looked at the meat. What the scientists then did was, you guys okay? Alright. What the scientists then did was, they took the chain off of the dog's neck. They put the meat in front of the dog. The dog got no chain now around its neck. The meat's right there. Guess what the dog did? Sat down and just looked at the meat. The dog now was free. But because its mind had been conditioned to believe that every single time it goes for something, it gets pulled back, and has associated so much pain to actually going after something, it decided just to sit there and just look at the meat. And you might laugh at the dog. You might think it's like a stupid dog, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was a cartoon on Cartoon Network at some point. Alright? Very twisted and dark cartoon for kids. So, at some point, maybe perhaps you sitting in this very room here, you were going after certain things. You were attacking life with some sort of passion. There was some kind of thing that you, a drive, a motivator on the inside of you. And then what happened? You went after something, you got betrayed, you got disappointed, or you got in pain, and you decided, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. And now Jesus comes, He sets you free, takes the chain off your neck, gives you brand new life, and there's an opportunity, boom, right there in front of you. And what we tend to do is we just be like that dog, you just sit there and look. And what we then even go take it a bit further, we begin to even complain about how terrible life is. Meanwhile, the chain is off your neck, the meat is right there in front of you, but we're just sitting at it and we're complaining because we're building our lives upon every other thing but the word of the living God. About 2 weeks ago, God opened up a door to go and speak at a parents' evening at like a after-school center. And what God did there was absolutely glorious. The one thing that came out was, and remember, I'm not currently a parent. I don't have any of my own kids. God puts me in a place to go and speak to parents. And what came out was like, listen, we need to stop building our lives on binnelanders. It was Afrikaans school, so binnelanders is like a soapy Afrikaans soap. Stop building your life upon binnelanders. In our context now here today, stop building your life upon a soapy. Stop building your life upon whatever everyone else is busy saying, and begin to build your life upon Jesus Christ. And I have written down in the workbook, a weak foundation equals a weak house. A strong foundation equals a strong house. When the foundation is popped, bro, you stuffed. You stuffed. But when the foundation is strong, whatever winds and waves are going to come your way, you're going to stand firm. Any of you in this place ever done boxing by a show of hands? Anyone ever done like boxing before? Not like in a street fight, I'm talking like proper like like boxing. None of you's ever done boxing? Oh, okay. Don't worry, me neither. So don't even feel bad for not raising your hands. Not that you do, but nonetheless. Alright. So in boxing, but I'm pretty sure you'll know what I'm talking about right now. In boxing, just picture like this mannequin. Alright, now here's this guy, and now you punch this. The guy doesn't punch back. It's like a head and like a thing. You guys seen that thing before? And you punch that thing. Boom, boom, boom. Willie Banks, Tiger. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. And what does that thing do? It goes back It comes forward again. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys see the picture. It goes back, comes forward. That thing doesn't complain. Gets punched. Boom. Goes back. Boom. 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 It doesn't complain. It doesn't say anything. And that's why, the reason why, because it is rooted in something that every single time that mannequin gets punched, even though it gets punched, it goes back and it comes forward. And that's how your life can be when you are rooted deeply into Christ Jesus. Because the devil is going to come and going to try and punch you through your face. Like the devil isn't happy that you're sitting here. You guys all realize that. But one thing I want you all to understand in this place, we're going to go after every religious thing in this place in Jesus' mighty name. Because somehow we have believed that God and the devil are on the same level. That rhyme. I don't know if you guys have heard that rhyme. Alright. God and the devil are not on the same level, guys. Please hear me very clearly. It's not God and it's the devil. No. How many of you remember a couple of years ago, Mangalani Sundowns played a game in the Nedbank Cup against a team called Power Lines? You remember? Can you remember the score?
11.
You close. It was about 24 no. Mangalani, this is not a rugby game, this is a soccer game, guys. Where if you score goal, it's only 1 point. Mangalani Sundowns smacked this team 24-0 or 23-0. A professional football game, live on television. It was on TV. So that's a comparison as to what God and the devil look like. Now I'm not saying God from Mangalani Sundowns, alright? I'm just trying to give you guys a picture over here. There's no comparison between God and the devil. No comparison. The devil is whack. When Jesus hung on the cross, Jesus did not say, join us again to be continued. Join us again next week for episode 2. He didn't say that. He said, it is finished. That means all the power that the devil had was stripped from him. And now all authority in heaven and on earth belongs to who? There we go. Thank you so much. That's why you're in the front seat. Can we give our brother a round of applause? Come on. He got the expensive front seat here. Yes. A little aircon, little thing going on there. That's the one. That's the one. God has it. But then why this? Why this? The reason, because we're not tapping into who we really truly are. And that's why we need to know who we are.